Welcome, it's your host DJ Revan, and we're back at it again, this time beginning our new chapter of the channel, Borderlands, baby. And what better to start with, since Borderlands 4 on Steam is coming out tomorrow, September 11th, than to put out a video about the legendaries that are returning from Borderlands 3 into Borderlands 4. So, fair warning, some of these may not be exactly as described because we only have a limited amount of information. There is a wiki, not wiki. There is a resource that we know about some of the legendaries in there. Link is going to be in the description, as I say. And yeah, make sure to drop a like down below, subscribe and turn on those notifications if you haven't already. I know that's like the YouTube thing to say, but it really helps. And trust me, you're going to be seeing a lot more of me this week and the coming weeks. Keep an eye out tomorrow, the 11th, because I'm going to be streaming and recording my first playthrough of Borderlands 4, because it comes out on Steam tomorrow. So, without further ado, let's get into it.
First off, for legendaries, we have the Lucian's Flank, or as it's called in Borderlands 3, the Lucian's Call. Its special trait is that critical hits return 2 rounds to the mag and ricochet 2 rounds to enemies. As you can probably expect, this is an extremely good mobbing weapon, and even a boss weapon with the right character if you can hit crits. In Borderlands 3 you have Flak with like Mega Roar, so you can just keep getting those crits. But we'll see who is really good with crits in Borderlands 4. It's basically a smaller minigun when it comes down to it. Obviously, a lot of this stuff is subject to change, so fair warning. Right now, the Lucian's Call comes in Incendiary, Corrosive, Cryo, or Physical, which is just regular. But we'll see how things change with Borderlands 4. Regardless of the game, you can probably expect that it's going to be a very, very good weapon. Next up is the Plasma Coil. This is a Malawan SMG that is locked to shock and radiation. It is full auto, but it fires a 16-round burst, meaning that you can hold down the trigger and it will go if you just keep holding down the trigger. These orbs are counted as splash damage, and they have extremely high damage. It's one of the best weapons in Borderlands 3, and you can probably expect that it's going to be a lot. It's going to be very, very good here as well. Absolutely get this if you can. I will probably make a video on how to get these weapons at some point, so keep an eye out for that. And look out for the Plasma Coil if you ever get it. This is a long, double-barreled Jacob's shotgun that can roll with either Physical, Incendiary, or Shock, which in the case of Incendiary or Shock, it gets renamed to TK's Heatwave or TK's Shockwave, respectively. Its special trait, it being a legendary, meaning it fires a row of 8 slow projectiles in a wave pattern that can bounce. It has decently high damage, but it struggles with its slow projectile speed. So, get up in somebody's face, you can just you can just go full on into somebody's chest and they're going to die very quickly. However, only use it in close range. If you try to use it in medium to long range, that's going to give a lot of time for the projectiles to spread out, and it gives a lot of time for enemies to move out of the way. So, we'll see how this goes. I look forward to trying this out. The Hellwalker, probably one of the shotguns that people most wanted to come to BL4. It is one of the coolest guns in Borderlands, in my opinion. It has a spread in the shape of a pentagram. It has really cool Doom music on pickup. Because, why not? It's basically a reference to Doom's super shotgun. It's a Jacob's shotgun, of course. It ricochets its projectiles on headshot, like any Jacob's shotgun. And a really cool thing about the Hellwalker is it's always incendiary, meaning that it has extremely high damage to flesh. In fact, it has such high damage that it can punch through nearly anything, including shields and armor, with relative ease. A little thing I wanted to point out here was the flavor text. So the previous one is, "So my demons, your time has come," which is actually pretty cool. And then this new one is, "A piece of the moon hung in the sky like polished bone." This is a reference to Christopher Buehlman's book Between Two Fires. It's a direct quote. And yeah, Hellwalker is an amazing, amazing shotgun, and keep an eye out for it. Plasma Coil, Lucian's Flank, Hellwalker. Now these are weapons to absolutely pick up. Well, TK's Wave is alright. So that's the guns out of the way. But we also know of some other stuff that is coming. We have the Slippy, otherwise known as the Fish Slap, in Borderlands 3. This is a grenade that does melee damage. So you're basically throwing a literal fish at enemies. I mean, who doesn't love that? It has extremely high base damage, and the nice thing is it can trigger melee perks and artifacts. So it's really good with Amara in Borderlands 3, and you can expect that it's probably going to be very, very good with Eamon because of his highly melee-focused skill trees, that sort of thing. This is a grenade that if you're playing Eamon, you definitely want to go grab. Next up is the Super Soldier Shield. This is a shield that its special perk is you get 5 second vulnerability after your shield hits full, and while your shield is full, you gain 5% ammo regen per second, bonus 25% movement speed, and a bonus 25% increased fire rate. This is very, very strong with shield builds that can keep this buff active, or with builds that have like extremely high shield recharge rate. So Borderlands 3, you're looking like something with Moze, with like Phalanx Doctrine. This is a great shield. It may or may not be the meta when the game comes out. We'll see. But it's a great shield. And last up is the Chomurki Grenade, otherwise known as the Hunter Seeker in Borderlands 3. This one we don't know much about. However, it does home in on enemies. So I'm going to think for now that it's basically Borderlands 4's Hunter Seeker. In Borderlands 3, the Hunter Seeker shoots at enemies when you throw it. So it deals gun damage, which counts for skill trees. It's really good. It doesn't have a lot of damage, but it's very good for activating skill trees. So the main thing is it homes in on enemies. It might not be the same grenade as the Hunter Seeker, but considering both of them have the homing ability, that's kind of too big of a thing to really ignore when it comes down to it. And just remember, with all these legendaries, there's going to be so many more for us to test out. There's only like 59 grenades, sorry, only 59 legendaries that we know of right now. And you can go check that out at the link in the description to see which ones we know of. And we'll see which other ones there might be more legendaries returning to Borderlands 4. We'll see what happens. Editing, DJ Roven here. I completely forgot. We have one more weapon to talk about. That weapon is the sniper rifle, the Complex Root. This fires out 2 projectiles that go outwards in a line, which then, from that line, fires out multiple projectiles that go perpendicular to it and then explode. It can deal heavy damage to stationary targets, but it struggles with moving targets, light targets, that sort of thing. So best to use against like bosses, that sort of thing. The Borderlands 4 version, we know from the trailers and that sort of thing, we know it can drop with Shocking Corrosive, though the Borderlands 3 version can drop with Incendiary, Cryo, and Radiation as well. We'll see what happens with that. The travel time of the projectiles is low, but the damage, if you can line it up, is good.
And thank you for watching. Really appreciate the support that's come to the channel. And we're going to keep growing. We're going to keep putting out videos. And you're going to be seeing a ton more Borderlands content from me, baby. That's not stopping anytime soon. So, yeah, again, drop a like, subscribe, and with that, I will see you out on the frontier. And what else do I say? And see you on the flip side. Peace.